So I got to check out The Thing with Feathers. This stars Benedict Cumberbatch and is written and directed by Dylan Southern. This is also based on the book Grief is the Thing with Feathers by Max Porter. I was not familiar with this story by Max Porter, nor was I familiar with Dylan Southern as a filmmaker, but based on the results of The Thing with Feathers, I wasn't impressed. It's interesting to see how everybody in this world experiences grief and loss very differently. In this case, we have Benedict Cumberbatch, who plays a dad who is experiencing grief after the tragic death of his wife, and he's left to raise his two sons, and he gets this unexpected visitor, a crow who is taunting him. And of course, with this story, things do spiral out of control. However, the film's tone is uneven. It does not know if it wants to be a drama or a horror movie. I kind of saw this more as a horror movie, and a poor horror movie, filled with cheap jump scares and some visuals that did not leave a lasting impact. The Thing with Feathers is pretty forgettable. Vulture says one of Cumberbatch's greatest performances. I would have to disagree. Benedict Cumberbatch does give a very committed performance, but I wasn't wowed with what I saw. He definitely understood the assignment of playing a father who is experiencing grief and the messiness of exploring grief. However, outside of this character experiencing grief, there's nothing really interesting about him. But the most frustrating part about The Thing with Feathers is why the crow chooses to taunt Ben and his family. The crow is literally a metaphor for grief. God, it's simple to understand. But what's silly and what takes the emotional impact away is when we see the crow in human sized form. Also, I had trouble caring about anything that happens in this movie. Sometimes I felt really bored, and there are times where I couldn't really invest myself into certain scenes. I just felt this movie didn't really connect with me when I really wanted it to. I feel like this was such a tough movie to review since I really didn't enjoy it. There's also been a stage adaptation of this which starred Cillian Murphy. Maybe the stage adaptation was better. Maybe I'll have to go read the book. But I wasn't impressed with what I saw, so therefore I'm going to give The Thing with Feathers this grade right here.